Alright, we are going to start making a cookie clicker game. This is a clicker game or idle game, sometimes they're called. And so, yeah, let's get started. So, I don't need the cat, so get rid of our cat from our game. So, I have nothing in my game at all, no sprites, nothing. I want a cookie, so I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to search cookie and get a picture of a cookie. Let's see, we'll go to the images tab to get a few different images. These are photos. I want something a bit more animated. So I'm just going to go to tools and we'll go type and we'll go clip art. So we've got a few good ones here. So you can choose the one that you want. I'll just go with this one here. It has that little thing on it. Yeah, okay, let's go with this one here. We'll right click, save image. Save it in your, just save it in your downloads or wherever. Alright, so now it's there. So now I can go back to my Scratch and I can add a sprite, and this way I'm going to upload it from my computer. There it is. There's my cookie. We'll go into the costumes, and yeah, it looks pretty good. What I'm going to do is I want to do a little animation so that when I click on the cookie, it looks like it's getting bigger, kind of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another. Well, first let's name this as the small cookie, and then we're going to make a big one. We're gonna right click on our small cookie and duplicate. Alright, so now I have two small cookies, or small cookie and small cookie 2. I'm gonna rename this as big cookie, and then I'm just going to convert to vector. Now I can select it and I can just make it a little bigger, like so. Let's convert this one to vector too. Okay, perfect. So I've got small cookie and big cookie. Okay, it's looking good. Going to my code, and in the code, we're gonna make it do something when we click on it. So I'm gonna start with my green flag clicked as always, and then we get our forever loop as always. And in the forever loop, I'm going to have a if. Okay, and inside that if, we're going to want a few things to happen. We're going to want to see if it's touching our mouse pointer. Okay, so that means that my mouse is on top of it. We're going to want to make sure that my mouse pointer my mouse is down. So we have one specifically for that. And we'll put one here, and we'll put the other one on the other side, like so, and we'll put that in there. Okay, so if, there we go. If the mouse down and we're touching it, so basically we're here and then we're gonna click. We're gonna switch costume. Oh, I guess we should set the costume first when we start the game as small. Where is it? Here we go. Switch costume to small cookie. And then if I'm clicking, then we're going to switch costume to big cookie. Like so. Let's just try that. Play the game. And okay, it went from small to big, but it didn't, it didn't reset. So let's try adding an if, and we'll say mouse down again, but this time we're going to say if it's not mouse down. So I'm going to go to my operators and get a not. So if not mouse down, then we're going to make it switched costumes to the small cookie. Switch costume to small cookie. And we'll just put that in the forever loop. Okay, and this time, look at that. When I click, it gets bigger like so. Perfect. Now, the idea is that when I click it, I should gain a cookie. And so I'm going to go to my variables, and I'm going to make a variable called cookies. And let's see, I guess when we start the game, we're going to set our cookies to 0. We start with 0 cookies. And then if we are clicking, then we're going to increase our cookies by 1. So change cookies by 1. And let's see, we want to do that if we clicked. So we put it right there. And looks good. So let's try that. Okay, I click it, and look, my cookies are going up. But the problem is the cookies are going up by a lot. And that's because every time that I click, it's going through this forever loop. And every time it goes through the forever loop, if my mouse is still down, it's adding cookies again and again. So if we're looping through this like multiple times a second, I'm adding cookies multiple times a second. In fact, I can just hold the mouse down and you can see that it's gone like, 200,000 already. So that's not right. So what we need to do is probably add some kind of cooldown effect like how we did for the bullets in the maze. And so, yeah, let's do that. I'm going to make a new variable called cooldown. This cooldown variable is either going to be on or off. So when the cooldown is off, that means I can gain more cookies. When the cooldown is on, that means I cannot gain more cookies. Okay, so basically, when I am clicking, so right here, when I click, that means I want to set the cooldown to on because I don't want to be able to click anymore. Set cooldown to on. Okay, and we'll put that in here. And then what we want to do is change this condition. So mouse down, touching mouse pointer, but we also want to add another one, which is if the cooldown is off. So we only want to add a cookie if the cooldown is off. So let's get equals from my operators, and we'll get cooldown. Oh, I have one here, and we'll say off. And we need another and, I think. And so on one side we'll put this one, and on the other side of my and we'll put this whole thing, and we'll put that back there. And so I need to do cooldown equals off, set my cooldown to off, and I will do that. Yeah, I'll do that right here. In fact, set cooldown to off. I'm just going to correct this. My sprite has like this big white part around it. I'm just going to go back into my costumes and fix that just by cropping this thing. There's no crop. I'm just going to use the eraser tool. Alright, that's pretty good. And there we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we can click and gain cookies. We'll just make our countdown invisible so that it's not so ugly. And there we go. Perfect. Alright, very good. So that's all for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.